let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Thank you all so much for tuning into this live stream segment of For the People podcast. And of course, I am your humble host, Niko House. And first, we're going to start off with Donald Trump allowing the Tate brothers to come to the United States. And that's honestly putting it lightly. He didn't allow the Tate brothers to come to the United States. He lobbied for the Tate brothers to come to the United States. And when I say he lobbied for the Tate brothers to come to the United States, what I really mean is he literally threatened the Romanian government to allow the Tate brothers to leave in the middle of a federal investigation. And I'm not talking about like a federal investigation where, maybe you might get charged, maybe not. These brothers were indicted. In other words, there was already an investigation to figure out if you should be charged. That investigation showed enough evidence that there was probable cause to pursue a trial. So they haven't been able to leave Romania because they're rightfully considered flight risks. And Trump lobbied the Romanian government to allow them to leave. So we're going to check out really quick an article from BBC. Just kind of give it a breakdown of what's going on because I can't, you know what? I'm not going to lie. No, was I surprised? No, I wasn't surprised. What did I tell y'all? Anybody who kisses Trump's ass will always be in Trump's good graces. This is once again the easiest thing to understand about Trump. This is the most in a world for a guy who is seemingly unpredictable. The one predictable characteristic about him is that if you cater to his ego, you will get what you want, whether or not you are guilty. Let's check out this article. Why are the Tate brothers in the U.S.? The controversial influencer Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan, I definitely wrote Christian in that in my description, whatever, and his brother Tristan have landed in the United States after leaving Romania, where they face charges of rape, trafficking minors, and money laundering, all of which they deny, of course. Questions remain about why they were allowed to travel and what happens next with their legal cases. Who are the Tate brothers? Those of you who don't know. Andrew Tate, 38, and his brother Tristan, 36, are dual U.S. and U.K. citizens who claim to have made millions from their social media empire. That, it's true. It depends on what you call social media. If you mean pimping out young girls on webcams, then I guess that's a social media empire. Their online output was controversial even before their legal troubles, with the pair attracting frequent criticisms over offensive statements about women. The pair have an American father who worked for the U.S. Air Force in Britain. Their parents met in the U.K. before moving to the U.S. After their parents divorced, their mother moves to Luton, England. The brothers spent time in the UK, where they built their early careers. Police in the UK have linked Andrew Tate to the quite terrifying radicalization of boys and young men in a 2024 report into violence against women and girls. I will say, I'm not really trying to defend Andrew Tate here. I would just say that there is a problem in general with men who hate women because of that. The reality that most men don't know how to talk to women. They don't know how to treat women. And because they don't get the attention they feel they deserve, they lash out. It's a bunch of guys with mommy issues. It's like, I'll put it like this. The reason that the MCU is so popular and was so popular is because Marvel comics were popular. These superheroes were already a thing. They were popular. The comics popularized them, but the MCU as a film franchise is popular because the comics were popular. The Tate brothers and that what's his name? Myron and all those guys, Myron Games, whatever the hell his name is, like they're popular because they're tapping into a sentiment that is unfortunately already popularized amongst young men. There are already young men who feel this way, and Tate being rich and saying that this mindset is what got me rich, all it did was embolden them. That's what they're tapping into. Tate is using He's not using, or rather he's weaponizing a sentiment that has already been felt by all these young men. That's all he's doing, which is sad and a whole nother story in and of itself. It says here, so the brothers were first arrested in Romania in 2022. They're facing separate, unrelated charges of rape and human trafficking in the UK. Both brothers also denied the charges against them in the UK. So they flew to the United States and landed today. I want to check out this Forbes article real quick for you guys. So this is just talking about, here's why Trump may view Andrew Tate as an ally, as he reportedly pressures Romania to lift his travel restrictions. This is going back to what I was talking about. Trump, as unpredictable as he may be when it comes to some things, he is very predictable when it comes to others. President Donald Trump is reportedly pressuring Romania to ease travel restrictions on controversial manosphere influencer Andrew Tate, who has been embroiled in a years-long legal fight in the country where he has been charged with rape and human trafficking, and who has also championed the president for months to his millions of social media followers. Coincidence? Probably not. Andrew Tate, he ain't really that smart, but he's slick. Like, if you just throw all your morals and ethics out the window, it's very easy to get your way in a world where social media, unfortunately, influences so much more than it should, honestly, because I used to say, oh, social media isn't real life. Like, that's what I used to say. But the reality is, we live in a world of algorithms. Algorithms determine everything now. And so because the world itself has become an algorithm, so to speak, social media can actually influence, and does oftentimes, unfortunately, real life. It is real life, effectively. And this is just another example of that. Tate, who has more than 10 million followers on X, has repeatedly praised Trump and urged his American followers to vote for him ahead of the 2024 election, posting such praises as, all Trump does is win. Well, I guess except for that one time he kind of lost. But and stating those who oppose him should be expelled from the country. Really? Come on, bro. Tate has, which is hilarious, I guess, especially because he was like in Romania, like you were in a country that isn't even your country. You're talking about like somebody. That's just wild to me, bro. Tate has compared himself to Trump in one post, noting both he and Trump have been accused of sex crimes and were vilified by old recordings making jokes. I'm going to check if I can find that recording of Andrew Tate's jokes. And you'll figure out really quickly that even though I don't really like Trump, what he said in his joke is not even comparable to Andrew Tate literally saying, "Yep, I pimped out girls for money and took all the money." I don't understand what kind of joke is that? Where's the punchline at? I'm still waiting for it. Tate, a self-avowed misogynist, has used sexist language to prop up Trump in one post, stating his election victory kept evil warmongering she-witches out of office. Well, that's not really misogynistic. I mean, Kamala is a she-witch. We're going to be real about it. I mean, it's not really misogynist. That's just a fact. And so is Hillary. And in other posts, use homophobic slurs and offensive language to refer to supporters of Vice President Kamala Harris. Members of Trump's inner circle have also voiced support for Tate, including Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., who called Tate's detention in Romania absolute insanity. And billionaire Elon Musk, who seems to be if you are corrupt, it's almost like Elon Musk is on a mission to uplift you. I don't know what that, like with Milei. Like, bro, I wouldn't even want to be supported by Musk. Musk liked one of my tweets or retweeted one of my stuff one time, and I was like, I might delete this shit. I might have to delete it because I don't want Musk's support for shit. But he replied to a post on X about Tate voicing his intent to run for UK Prime Minister, praising Tate's assessment of UK politics as not wrong, which is kind of funny. I don't know if you can run as a felon, like even if you've been convicted in the UK, but like if he wanted to run for president of the US, as long as he did his time, he could run for president, even though he couldn't vote for himself, which is weird. So really quick, U.S. officials have reportedly urged Romania to lift travel restrictions on Tate. The Financial Times reported, citing 3 unnamed sources. The matter was first raised by U.S. officials on a call with Romanian government and again raised by the Trump administration diplomat Richard Grenell at the Munich Security Conference last week. A spokesperson for the Romanian Foreign Minister, Emil Horizianu, told the Financial Times that Romanian courts are independent and operate based on the law. There is due process, and declined to comment on specific discussions about Tate. Grenell told the Financial Times that he had no substantive conversations with Horizianu, but he supports Tate. But clarify, he supports Tate. I don't know why you would support him. This is the important stuff, right? Tate was detained in Romania in December 2022 and indicted 6 months later on charges of rape, human trafficking, and engaged in organized criminal activity, all of which Tate has denied. Prosecutors accused Tate and his brother Tristan Tate, as well as 2 Romanian women, of recruiting women and forcing them to make pornographic content. Romanian officials said in August that they were investigating the Tate brothers for trafficking minors and alleged sexual intercourse with a minor. Tate has also been accused of sexual violence in the UK, where a Romanian court ruled he may be extradited after his trial in Romania. Tate's pending Romanian trial, however, was blocked by the appeals court in December, which ruled his indictment did not meet the requirements to proceed to trial. So, there's a lot to unpack here, a lot to unravel here. I don't understand why Donald Trump is getting involved in this case. That's my first thing. I don't know why we would be using U.S. officials and, effectively U.S. resources to lobby on behalf of the Tate brothers. What contributions have they made to the United States that it is pertinent? Hell, what contributions have they made to society that it is pertinent for us to lobby on behalf of, to be quite frank, 2 pieces of shit that have actually added to the denigration of society? Like, they have contributed to the denigration of society. They are the worst aspects of society. What I would ask MAGA people is like, is this representative of Western Christian values? Is this what you want your conservative party, your conservative Christian party to represent? This is who you want them fighting for? Not the working class and the downtrodden, not the ones who are being genocided right now, whether it be in Palestine, whether it be in the Congo or Somalia. You want them going hard in the paint for the Tate brothers? And as far as Andrew Tate himself is concerned, he's a fucking hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. Wanna know why? There's a lot of reasons why. But as far as his most recent hypocrisy, this man was advocating openly for Trump without a single criticism, but simultaneously pretends to have the audacity to care about the genocide happening in Gaza. In fact, Ben Shapiro actually attacked Andrew Tate and criticized Donald Trump because of Trump lobbying on behalf of Andrew Tate for them to end up in the U.S. Now, we know that Trump just put out, or just reposted rather, that horrendous, disgusting video. We know the AI video talking about Trump's Gaza. Where was Tate at on that? Oh, that's right. Looking out for his home. He was looking out for his own ass. And Trump, in the middle of an investigation, cool. The appeals court in Romania blocked it. They were going to have to, so it goes back down and have to redo that. Okay, cool. But he's in the middle of a sex trafficking investigation in not one, but two countries. Like, let's not pretend Andrew Tate is some victim of the machine. He always talks about breaking the matrix. That motherfucker is part of the matrix. What did Morpheus say? The system of control. Andrew Tate is part of a system of control. The man will tell everybody, oh, you should be expelled from the country if you don't support the guy who is literally planning on building a resort, turning Gaza into a tourist destination by building resorts and hotels on top of the graves, unmarked graves of dead babies. Pretending to advocate on behalf of these people who have nobody to advocate them, and he gained a shitload of support for it. Now, as far as Tate himself and what he may or may not be guilty of, there is a Twitter account, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, I think I had a link right here. Here we go. It does a damn good job of documenting a lot of what Andrew Tate does or has done and has said. Crayon Murders is the Twitter account. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. And he tweeted this out in disgust. Trump administration is pressuring Romania to relax the Tate brothers' travel restrictions, pressuring a foreign government to interfere in an independent judicial process for political or personal favors constitutes corruption. Absolutely right. Trump administration presses Romania to lift restrictions on the Tate brothers, like I just read. Let me see if I can find where he put the videos. This dude put together a compilation of all the stuff that Tate has admitted to. I mean, dude you got all the files and all that. But if y'all want to look deeper into this, go to Murdered by Crayons. That's the Twitter account. Oh man, where is it? Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find it so I can play a video for y'all. If not, I'll find it on another day. But it was a minute ago that he posted it, and I remember seeing it, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. Come on. I might not be able to find it right now, y'all. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it right now. My apologies. I'm gonna have to find that shit later. But, dog, it was a compilation. Oh, let me see.
I have to fuck her so she obeys me. I don't give a shit about having sex with beautiful women. I fuck them so they listen to me, so I can get what I actually want, which is not them. It's a means to an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what I do. When I watch a Bond film and I see him basically...
Hey, remember how that article was like, or Andrew Tate says that people are bringing up old videos where he's telling jokes? Is this a joke? I'm still waiting for the punchline. It doesn't look like he's in a joking mood during this conversation.
Pimp a bitch. To me, that speaks to my heart. I've been there. I've done that.
You hear?
To my heart, I see him basically pimp a bitch. To me, that speaks to my heart. I've been there. I've done that. Anyone who's followed me long enough knows that I first made my $1 million with a webcam business. I have met beautiful women with a good personality and thought, she will make me money. I have to fuck this bitch. I don't want to have sex with her. I just need the money.
Yeah. Is that a joke? I'm confused. Where's the punchline? I'm still waiting for it. That's one of the times where he admitted that's what he did. He literally just said, oh man, yeah, like 007, he had sex with women, like pimping them out. Yeah, I relate to that. Like, what? What kind of statement is that? That's like the least incriminating thing that he said. If you watch the compilation of all the interviews that he said, like where he talks and admits basically to the majority of the things that he's being charged for, it's insane. But even if he isn't guilty, right? Let's just say like he isn't guilty of committing an actual felony. This is who you're going to bat for? This is who we're bringing into the country? They keep what does Trump always say about Central and South America, or what has he said, and what is a lot of his supporters? They're bringing in their worst. They're not bringing in nice guys. They're not bringing in their best. They're not bringing in people who improve study. They're bringing in their worst. It's the worst ones. They're bringing in predators, rapists. Oh, so what do you do to prove your conviction on that issue, and that the reason that you are against Latin Americans migrating, undocumented or otherwise, into the United States is because you're trying to preserve society? You bring in one of the worst shitbags known to humankind. Because of what? Because he shouted you out on Twitter. Bro. Because, like I said, whether or not he's guilty of actually committing a crime, okay, that's a conversation to be had. And I mean, you can go through the court documents and determine that if you want to. But like, if you or I were accused of felony charges, would we be allowed to leave the country? Well, I mean, you could be rich and famous, so perhaps you, but not I. I'll tell you that. Look what happened with Julian Assange, y'all. Shit, maybe if Trump went that hard and threatened the British government, maybe Julian Assange wouldn't have had to damn near rot in prison in Belmarsh for being a journalist. Like, Julian Assange actually made legitimate contributions to society, some of which many would argue helped Trump win in 2016. Not from social media, but doing his actual job. And Trump was going to let him. Actually, no, he was arrested and taken to Belmarsh under the Trump administration while being innocent. He didn't even do anything. Think about that. But he goes to bat in the middle of an investigation for Andrew Tate. And Andrew Tate, once again, Mr. Pro-Palestine. That man is out here just knob-slobbing Donald Trump, despite the fact Donald Trump is literally saying, I mean, at this point, I don't even know if he's going to give Gaza to Israel. I think that he is dead ass serious when he says, yeah, we're taking over Gaza. Y'all don't know how to play with your toy? We're going to take it from you and we're going to keep it. Like that's his decision to make. That's why I can't get down with the uncritical nature of a lot of MAGA people. I will give credit what credit is due, though, because there are some who have been willing to criticize Donald Trump when it comes to MAGA, or even in this particular case. I found somebody, hold on one second, let me pull it up. In this particular case, I found somebody who was like, this is not what I voted for. This is Abby Libby. She says, I voted for an administration that would stop human trafficking at our borders. I voted to get rapists and pedophiles off the streets. Trump's actions in freeing the Tate brothers was a stunning betrayal of his mandate. 100% agree. I mean, I didn't vote for the man, but respect to Miss Abby Libby for keeping it real, because we don't got enough people doing it. Now, I will say that the beautiful thing is this is yet again another example Y'all know what's my theory about breaking the duopoly, destroying the duopoly. I said we got a few election cycles, and I said it's going to take the one last election cycle by Trump when he basically breaks the majority of his promises, when he shows his true colors, because there's no way to really hold him accountable anymore, that people would begin to open their eyes and realize, damn, like, okay, he might not be Biden, but like, shit, what kind of bar is that? If the bar is Biden, well, motherfucker, nobody's gonna win the limbo game. You know what I'm saying? Like the bar is scraping the ground. It can't get no lower. I don't care how much yoga you did. If the bar is, oh, well, at least he didn't start World War III. Okay, congratulations. Nah, he's just reposting AI videos about Trump taking over Gaza, about United States taking over Gaza, about putting resorts on dead, or building resorts on the graves of dead innocent people. And like I said, that was Tel Aviv, right? Like if there was a video like that was put out like that by Hamas or a Palestinian even, and a president or major figure reposted it, and it was about Tel Aviv and not Gaza, oh God. Forget it. Forget it. It would be nuts. They would be going crazy. Andrew Tate wouldn't hesitate to jump on top of it. Right? So I do got to give a shout out to people like Abby who are holding Trump's feet to the fire in regards to things like that. I've seen so many people come out and be like, oh, everything that Elon does, we voted for because we voted for Trump, because they're in this cult, right? Like I always say, Trump's an economy. Oh, by the way, Pat's going to be here in a second. Trump's an economy. So it's a cult. I tweeted out the other day, I can't tell the difference sometimes between blue MAGA and red MAGA. It's getting harder and harder to tell the difference because you got so many people that just like, yep, everything he does, we voted for, yep. Elon, this Starlink situation, for example, before we get onto this Nord Stream pipeline shit, I don't want Elon Musk. I've said time and time again, because people were trying to convince me that Elon Musk being part of the government without being, he was not confirmed by the Senate. He's not been scrutinized like everyone else has been or would be. He's not been put through the rigorous process of gaining a security clearance. And that's speaking as somebody who has gone through said process. I have had family members who have gone through said process. Bro, they be in your business. It is, and it takes a long time to get a security clearance, especially top secret. And this man don't got to do any of that. And all of a sudden, they're like, yeah, we're going to use Starlink. All airlines are going to be using Starlink. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, he's not receiving a paycheck, but every single time we turn around, there's some type of news about Elon Musk potentially being part of some type of plan with one of his companies or him personally that is going to gain him probably billions of dollars. How is that not the same level of corruption that we saw the Biden administration engaging in? And why aren't there more people talking about that?